All right, hello and welcome everybody to another episode of the Team Next Level Quad Pod. I'm Coach Greg, joined by Rich, Marilyn, and James. How's everybody doing today?
Hello.
Hello.
I don't know. That was really good. That was like practiced.
Sounded like you were eating an oyster.
That's not going to die for a while.
The oyster thing? No.
Like every episode's just going to come back to
folks, if this is your first time listening to the Quad Pod, go back 2 episodes and then 1 episode and listen to those, because the oyster story is going to... That might take the place of the Morton.
And even if you don't want to listen to anything about triathlon, just listen to the last 15 minutes of the 2 weeks ago and the first 15 minutes of last week.
Yeah, I've never done this before. I was at Wegmans
so loud?
on
It is loud.
Yeah,
Mother's Day. Sorry, because it's been a week or two without me on the show. It's all
Welcome back, James.
Yeah,
you feeling better?
Yeah, much better. On taking some Z-Pack. Okay. One more day of that. I did check the drug interactions. That's alcohol is okay on Z-Pack.
Good.
Because I think it's, I don't know if it's because it's a bacterial infection and it's okay. I don't know. Whatever.
Let's not dive into that. Let's keep going.
Yeah. What was my story? Oh yeah. So I was at Wegmans on Sunday, just picking up some last minute things for breakfast. And then I was in the seafood department and I saw this little display on ice and it was like a can of pre-shucked oysters. I was like, huh.
In a can?
In a can. So I was like, can I just eat these raw? Like, I was like, if this actually ends up being pretty good, I was like, this would be so convenient and cheap. Like, and then I was like, yeah. I think it's like $10 and, a little can. But I was like, yeah, I don't want to give.
Rich looks like he's about to vomit. You're holding in?
I probably don't want to give my wife like
pre-shucked,
liquid in some kind of liquid.
And it's only $2.
What can go wrong?
$10.99 on ice. I was like, it's a Wegmans brand. It's got to be pretty good, right? They got to stand behind.
What's the worst that could happen?
And I thought about it.
They don't have any bad products.
No.
It's fine.
Have you seen? You remember that scene from Dumb and Dumber where
we keep coming back to that movie?
Yeah, it's a classic.
Good one.
Where was it? Lloyd is in the bathroom, and his just legs are out. Yeah, turbolax. Yeah. I guess is the worst
I thought about. But I was like, that's what I was saying. Oh, that would be a terrible like Mother's Day experience.
Yeah.
If I brought these oysters and told my, oh, don't worry, like these are fine, and then we just
I found oysters with a coupon.
I'm still curious. The only thing that stopped me was that like on the label it said cooked to 140 degrees, whatever.
Oh, so there's your answer.
Yeah.
But then I was
to get rid of all the bacteria.
And they have the signs like eating raw shellfish can, whatever the warnings. But I was like, I feel like they have to say that.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Oh, of course.
They have to. But it's like, I was like, I feel like you could eat it. Like,
there's one way to find out.
I'll have to try it.
I'm just going to be really careful anytime I go
to
James's. Was this cooked?
You want to come over for dinner?
It's a curse though, guys. I wish I didn't like oysters. I told you they're expensive, but
not if you're Wegman oysters.
Yeah, not if you eat them out of a can.
There's at least like 18 of them in there or something.
Your bargain basement oysters.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Anyway,
moving on.
Moving on from oysters.
Moving on. 3 weeks oysters is probably enough. That's past the shelf life of oysters.
Oyster sponsor.
So the plan we got 2 things we're going to talk about. Race week or race season kicks off for a couple of us this Sunday. It's Thursday. No, it's Wednesday. So we're going out to Quakertown, Pennsylvania for the Independence Triathlon, put on by Kinetic Multisport, an Olympic distance race. And so we'll talk about that for a second. And then the other thing we're going to do, the bulk of the episode, we asked the machine to come up with questions for us today. We went to some deep computing power and had GPT come up with questions for us. I had a little conversation with it, and we went through some revisions. It came up with a couple right off the bat, and I'm like, oh, we answered all those. So we have a couple of good questions. Instead of listener or self-generated Q&A questions, we're going to go with some deep learning questions.
Did you make sure to thank ChatGPT afterwards?
Oh, I didn't.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. That's how Terminator started.
Yeah, just in case.
Oh, man. No. Maybe I'll go back.
Yeah.
The conversation's still open.
Okay.
So we'll see. Independence Tri, me, Rich, and Marilyn, and Koichi are going out there at really early on Sunday morning to open up the 2023 race season.
So I think you guys were talking a little bit about before, but what's the weather and conditions supposed to be like?
I think it's going to be,
freezing
hopefully the
water.
rain will pass before we get there.
No rain.
Right? It'll pass
Yeah,
before
no
we get
rain.
there.
Is that you
that
being
official?
optimistic, or is that you?
Don't put it out
right.
there. There's no rain.
So it'll probably just be like a little chilly in the morning. Nice and
I don't think super chilly. Like
45?
no.
What time are you guys-
High 50s to 60. Yeah,
What time
at
you guys
7?
leaving?
we're gonna roll at 4.
Nice.
Yeah,
Wake up at
yeah.
yeah,
If we go to sleep.
yeah. We might just
I'm
maybe
sleeping
we'll,
in my wetsuit.
Maybe we'll do that. Yeah. We'll do an episode and just,
Mhm.
Just
roll
keep
right into
going.
the car.
Yeah. So real early, head out there. It's about a hour 45 drive.
hmm
So is there any leg of the race that you guys feel most nervous about?
The freezing water.
Yeah. Right now, water temps are at
Mhm.
58 degrees, which is cold.
Really cold.
Yeah. I'm comfy with the bike and run. I just don't want to. Swim is just like, there's no plan for the swim for me. It's
Can
just
you
like
wear-
whatever happens.
Can you wear 2 wetsuits?
Yes.
No,
But why?
No, you can't.
you can't.
Double
Yeah,
the
There's
There's a
Isolation?
limit on the thickness.
Mhm.
Ah.
Yeah. I believe once it's 58 or lower, you're allowed to wear a hood, gloves, and booties.
Yes.
Yeah.
I looked
Is
it up
that the
today.
number?
Did you get some?
It's in my Amazon card.
Should we get some?
I mean-
I was thinking about a neoprene cap, but I'm probably just going to wear 2 caps.
Yeah, I'm gonna do 2
Not
caps.
the cap,
but
it's the booties.
you get
I don't
booties
wanna
on
wear-
Amazon.
I don't want to wear booties.
No,
No,
you think you can't swim with them?
I don't know.
What about for just the extra like propulsion possibly? Or do you think it's more drag?
More drag.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah, it's
What if you got booties that are like 5 sizes too big?
no, then definitely extra drag.
So, yeah.
They'd be flopping around.
But then
They'd
you
be
have
good.
to get out and get back in.
You got to fill them up with like hot dogs or something.
I thought you were going to
Are
say
we gonna-
hot water.
I thought
like
he was going to say
that would
oysters.
yeah.
And
I
we're
don't want
back to
oysters on
that.
my feet. I eat those things.
be. I'm gonna.
You eat
Pro-
hot dogs?
I'm gonna definitely preheat my wetsuit. You know, but
Oh God.
Took me a second.
yeah.
Just
And
do
you
it in the
can
car.
wear
Yeah.
you can wear gloves. We talked about this.
You guys are
Yeah.
definitely
Or-
going to feel like, ooh, there's a warm pocket. And like, wait, no, just pee.
yeah.
Gross.
So it's gonna be cold, and that's
Yeah.
gonna be.
And you got to get out and get back in because it's 2
Loops.
loops of the swim.
I think by that time I'll
Oh,
be
wow,
okay.
they do that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's a sprint distance race also. So it's basically everything for the Olympic is just 2 laps.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And a closed bike course.
Yeah. And
first
that I'm
time,
excited
I'm very
for.
excited for it, and I've
Yeah.
looked at like the Google Street View and stuff. The road looks gorgeous. It's on
Yeah.
like a 2-lane, 1 lane each direction highway with a shoulder. Looks really nicely paved. So
Mhm.
Ooh.
nice little rolling. It's a rolling course though. I mean, it's 22 miles and it's got I think 1,200 feet elevation, so it's not flat. Yep, should be a good race. I'm looking forward to it.
Mhm.
Looking forward to kind of getting started racing a little bit.
And what's the run course like?
I think pretty flat.
Same. Yeah.
2
Might be-
loops, maybe a couple little bumps.
Yeah.
Scenic? Like you run along the water or anything? Or
You're like in the woods, sort of.
Yeah, it does seem like you're kind of in the woods.
Mm.
So we'll see. You know, it's. I think it's just fun to get out there
Mhm.
and race, open things up before any kind of big goal. It'll be a fun day, long day, but
What's the exact distance?
so it's 1,500 meter swim. I think the bike is short of the 25 miles. I think it's 20,
Yeah.
22, 23,
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think it's the
and then it's
20.
pretty close to a 10K run.
Mhm.
All right. So
2 miles. I thought
You thought it was what?
it was 25. I didn't know. It was
Yeah,
short.
I think it's a little bit short.
It said 25, but I don't
Yeah,
think
it
it's
does say
25.
25.
It says 25, but then when you click on
Yeah.
the like the ride with GPS file, it's only 22 point something. So either they put their turnarounds at a wrong spot, which if there's the 2 turnarounds and you're doing each of them twice, like if they're off by a little bit, I guess it could
Mhm,
make a
mhm.
decent difference, but I don't know about a mile and a half difference.
all right, race predictions. Times.
You
Maryland.
Love
Oh, I
that.
don't-
you love
you go
those time
first. I love
predictions.
Love those times.
I'm expecting a good hour 45 with my friends in the car, chilling, hanging, talking, having a good time.
Keep thinking about your time. Get that answer ready. Maryland.
No, I'm not. I don't know.
No?
No. Gone full send, as you say.
Actually, I don't even know how long one of these things would take.
I
me.
know. I don't.
Like 2 hours? 2 hours?
The ride now should take less than that.
No, not
Oh,
the
altogether.
whole thing.
the whole thing.
2 hours would be really fast. Like,
yeah, like if the
Yeah,
half,
'cause
70.3 takes you 6, let's say, whatever. Can maybe would this be 2 hours?
Depends
No.
how hard you want it. Or how much do you want it to hurt?
If you can get out of the water, I guess, in 20 minutes.
20 minutes is a really fast
Really
swim.
fast.
That's fast.
And then you get the bike in an hour.
I've
Kill the run in 40
I've
minutes.
done an Olympic swim in like 21,
Okay. There we
Yeah.
go.
21 and a half.
Right. So then you get the bike in under an hour.
Yeah, but
Right,
I don't
and
know
then
if
you
this.
gotta run
I don't know
and
if this
run.
ride. I don't know if this ride
Yeah,
is
it's a little
under.
hilly.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, could you get 2
So
hours? You
sub
could,
3.
but it's not out.
Oh yeah, sub three
3.
for sure.
2.5.
I think it depends on how hilly the bike is. Like,
Can we?
And for me, it's also going to depend on how like choppy the water is.
I think so. It's not. I don't think it's gonna be choppy. I
choppy.
think it's gonna be dead
Mhm.
calm.
Yeah.
And I should be
2 mile an
pretty
hour
smooth in
winds the
water.
morning of.
Can we figure out a handicap between the three of you and then like have a wager?
What?
I don't know if there needs
No,
to be much
we're
of a
good.
handicap.
So it's just straight up even, and then on that over
Mm.
this distance, and then
I don't
winner
know.
gets whatever, losers.
I don't know. You like to
I
turn
don't
it
know.
into a competition,
I
huh?
don't
I'm just going to hang out with friends.
Rich
I
is going to
might-
be the dark horse, and
Dark horse coming out of
He
nowhere.
was pretty
He's been-
strong. He was pretty strong on Sunday. I don't know.
He's probably been swimming
I
in
don't
the
know where
cold
that came
lake
from.
for like a month now.
I'm just going to let the air out of Greg's
Yeah.
tires.
Or both Marilyn's and Greg's bikes just don't show up at
Don't
the
make it.
race.
Sunday, all I kept thinking was, why does he keep riding so fast?
Because you killed me on the hills.
That was a good ride Sunday.
Yeah, it's nice.
Sorry you missed it, Greg.
Yeah, I had to take care of some stuff. I made the right call though.
Oh,
Yeah, you're
good
still
for you.
married.
Yeah,
That is the right call.
that is
Yeah.
the
That
right call.
always the right call.
Pick your battles.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, it wasn't a battle at all. I just when I saw how much stuff I wanted to get done for that day, we had people over, so
Mm.
I did the cooking and cleaning and all that stuff. So
Mm.
it was worth it. It was fine. No big deal.
So nobody. All right.
What do you want? You want a time prediction? I think I'm going to go
Still.
2:43.
Hmm.
2:43.
2:43.
I haven't even thought
Are
of
you
it.
going to walk your run? Or that's just
I'm
your,
trying to-
that's what
I'm-
you're throwing your
He's
prediction.
not going to let this go until we give him a number.
I'm trying to
okay,
like
3
figure out
hours.
who's gonna be first, second, third here.
So
Three-
you figured
Yeah,
out, write it
3.
down on a piece of paper, and then
I'll have to just say. it to you
Actually,
guys, but-
that's what we should do. He should write it down on a piece of paper
and
and
see how
see if
close.
he
and
was
then
su-
if he
Do we
was
get to
right,
see the numbers? Because I can come in at that number.
No. I
As
just
long
want
as
to
it's-
see if he's like, next, like when we come back. And
when we
he's
come
got,
back,
like,
did,
you know,
did he
Koichi in
Did
first.
he guess right?
Oh, I gotta add Koichi in there.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's a dark horse.
Yes.
Absolutely. You should have seen him this morning. He didn't like even look like he needed a breath.
He was flying this morning.
Right.
I don't
All right,
know.
I'm gonna think about it, and then maybe at the end of the show,
Okay.
I'll give my rankings
And I want the envelope sealed
sealed.
because I don't want you to like change it by looking at the results.
Signed, sealed, delivered.
Hmm.
Yeah. And then if you're right,
We'll
keep
buy you
getting
dinner.
drinks. And then if you're wrong, you're getting drinks.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's good.
How about this? If he's wrong, he has to eat those canned oysters
Yeah. On the next
Yes.
show.
on a hot summer
On the
day.
next show.
I don't think we're
Mm.
going to ever find those. Like, we're going to go to Wegmans and then be like, what are
Like,
you
no,
talking
they don't
about?
exist.
These don't exist.
That was a
If I'm right,
hallucinogenic dream.
You guys
he
have
had.
to eat the canned oysters.
No.
Oh no.
Okay.
Not
Never
happening.
mind. Okay. Moving on to
I'm gonna bike real fast.
onto our ChatGPT. So we have a lot of questions. Some of them a little less serious than others. Most of them
It's like
Um,
rapid fire, but with
a little.
triathlon.
I wouldn't be able to survive this rapid fire.
No.
I didn't. I
No.
looked at them. I read them, and then unlike everyone else, I'm like, there's no way for me to prepare for this.
I didn't prepare.
I'm going to let it happen.
Yeah. This is.
I did a
We're
little
gonna
on the first page.
be organic with this. Okay. Here Here we go.
I know you're all excited, everybody listening and watching.
Waiting with bated breath on the edge of their seats.
What are the questions?
We're going to start this in order. We're going to jump around.
You know what?
We're going to start.
Everybody
in
should
order.
just, if you're in the car, pull over,
Yeah.
because it's going to be that exciting.
It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Don't turn off.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Don't switch.
If triathlon were to introduce a surprise fourth discipline, what would it be, and how would you prepare for it?
I think you just start with anyone but me. Because
Well-
somebody's going to say drinking, or somebody's going to say oyster eating.
Well, I was going to say, should we split it up into as another physical challenge or a mental challenge?
Mm.
Oh, mental.
I don't think this. I think this was open ended. So
This
you
was
can go
very
with
open-ended.
whatever
You go where you wanna go.
So, I'm trying
Yeah.
to parry it down, and you could see which way you want to go.
All right, so go one way.
I don't have an answer.
Oh, you're just trying to fill
okay.
airtime until you
Well,
think of something.
So if I thought like boring answer, let's just say like what in the Olympics biathlon, they have like the shooting.
Shooting?
Oh, that's a good one. I
Like
didn't
so at
think
the end of
about
the
that.
run, you shoot
That's a good one.
just at other people. No.
I
I'm
think
wondering, so do you have to carry the gun the whole time?
Ooh,
Oh, that could be dangerous.
I mean, you could make it.
Could be dangerous.
You could make it.
Here's 2,000 people on an Ironman
Could you
course
imagine how
with,
arrow?
with guns.
Yeah.
Could you imagine how the design of guns would change just for triathlon? Like how arrow would be?
You guys realize you could just make it a handgun that's really small with like a laser, whatever target.
Lasers.
Laser target.
No, you can't use target like
They don't
laser
use
targets
laser
in
target,
the Olympics.
laser guided.
The whole point of it is to like. I think it's amazing to get your heart rate to go.
That's
like,
what's hard about
Yeah.
it. Then
Yeah.
you got to hold steady.
So I think that is a great thing to add, something that needs you to like go the opposite of what triathlon is, right? So
Yeah.
something,
Yeah, like either that or like archery.
mhm.
Mm. Archery's fun.
So like that's like I would say that's like the more practical maybe type of
You
thing.
just ripped it off from
Practical.
Olympic sports.
Totally
Yeah.
practical.
That's
Well,
freaking
because I was
practical.
going to rip it off from
Frisbee
Spartan.
football.
What were
From
you gonna
Spartan.
say?
No, I don't have a good idea.
Javelin throw.
But like anything from a Spartan
Bucket
race, like you could
carry.
add any of those
like
challenges.
an obstacle, you mean?
Yeah,
Mm.
somewhere into the race.
Had
I think,
a
like,
strength component.
And that's what I thought about too. Like, what if we had to do something like very physical? Like,
Hmm.
What if you had
do-
to run with your bike over your head the whole time?
Oh,
Mm.
horrible.
Yeah.
So then a light bike would definitely play out well.
Yeah.
My tri bike's so heavy.
Or it's like cyclocross.
Yeah.
There's like
You got
parts
to
of the-
carry your bike.
Oh, yeah.
You got to jump
Mhm.
over barriers and stuff.
Now, did you have one? That you
I
wanted
did,
to
but
add?
mine is boring. I said rollerblading.
I would love that. Oh, can we replace the running with rollerblading?
Why replace it? You add it.
Yeah.
No, I
yeah.
want to. I'd much rather rollerblade than
Yeah,
run.
you could rollerblade an entire race.
that
And
would be hard.
But you know what?
No,
it has to
That'd
be.
be so fast.
It has to be those speed blades.
Yeah, 5
the ones
wheels.
are like
Yeah.
5 wheels, big
Yeah.
wheels. They're
Yeah.
like when you're like in line with everyone else, you're going
Mhm.
like, woo.
You're doing like the speed skater thing with your
Right.
arm. Yeah,
Right.
totally. Yeah, I
I
like
was
that.
like decent at rollerblading. when
Me
I was a
too.
kid.
Yeah, me too. I
I
used to
never
go
perfected the
Saddlebrook
stop
Park.
though. Like,
Loved it.
you know, it's just
Who needs to stop?
Mm.
yeah. I guess that would have been good for the sport then.
I got my kids have rollerblades, and so I got a pair. And the neighbors around the corner, like this woman, she got a pair of rollerblades, and she was like, her husband was out there with her, holding both of her hands, like. And I put my rollerblades on. I hadn't rollerbladed since I was a kid, but I put them on, and you remember how to rollerblade, and I'm like going. She's like, "That's what? Huh? What?" Like she was dumbfounded by this. She's like, "You just bought them." I'm like, "I know, but I had
I
them when I
still
was a
have
kid."
mine in the garage. Haven't used them, like you said, in like 20 years.
No, I rollerblade with my kids every once in a while.
Do you have the proper sunglasses for them?
No.
That's a thing.
I think actually
I have the proper wrist guards.
I think probably the
Oh,
cycling sunglasses
Yeah.
are probably
Yeah.
the proper sunglasses
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
What would be the absolute worst thing you could imagine to have to do after a triathlon?
Well, it doesn't say it has to be after. It could be just. It could
During.
I was going to add kayaking.
be. Mhm.
Mm.
So I think there was right. Was there a
Kayak, swim,
Like
swim,
kneeboarding?
kayak. and
somebody did
then bike run.
a triathlon up at not Ringwood, way onto State Park, I think, and they had you could, if you didn't want to swim, you could either kayak, canoe, or stand up paddleboard.
Mm.
Well, yeah, or like
Yeah.
a stand-up paddleboard
Stand-up
portion,
paddleboard
like
would be
More
fun.
water
upper
Yeah.
body.
Mhm.
strength.
after the run,
Yeah.
just in case. I
Doesn't
guess
matter.
like less drowning risk since you're on or in something.
Yeah.
Cool. Any other ideas? Surprise fourth discipline. How about completely off the wall beyond guns?
Frisbee football. Yeah.
Then it brings a team
But then
component into it.
then you gotta have a team.
I was thinking some kind of, not eat oysters, but some sort of nutrition.
Eating
Oh,
contest.
God.
Hot dog eating
like,
contest.
not drinking.
Eat 10 hot dogs, go bike.
What about
Eat
a
20 hot
what about a
dogs, go
donut
run.
at every aid station?
That's like the beer mile contest,
yeah,
right?
I thought about that. I was
all
like,
that.
what if we turn it into a beer mile kind of thing?
Yeah.
I feel like all those goofy things have been done already, just not
Yeah.
for
It's a
triathlon.
good like just standalone sport on
Skydiving.
its own.
Besides triathlon,
All sports are good sports on their own.
Hmm.
Because I'm just saying like
Not
swimming,
ping pong.
cycling,
I don't know.
Long
You want to
drive.
bring a
Yeah, I don't
racket
know.
sport into it?
long drive competition.
Nice.
Car racing?
You getting one of those go karts your kids got, Marilyn?
Oh, so fun.
I was looking at actually some videos on YouTube go karts, and
Oh no, that could go bad.
yeah, I was like, interesting.
Yeah.
There's a track not far from here, like an hour. Outdoor track.
An hour.
It's like an hour and change.
I took my kids go karting when we went on vacation, and they loved it.
Yeah, it's so fun.
They were just that was like the best thing they've ever done in their life up to
Yeah.
that point. So
Mhm.
it's fun. I don't know. Push up.
I really like the idea of like that shooting and archery or whatever because it makes you get that heart rate down and you have to
Mhm.
focus like that and you still have to be like super focused to hit the target.
What if you, for every like bullseye you hit, you deducted amount of time from your
Yes.
overall time?
Right.
So then there's some strategy because then it's how would you how would you prepare and train for it?
Right.
So then would you have to do a lot of interval work to be able to like get your heart rate up and then be able to bring it back down quickly? Like what? How do biathlon people?
How many
know how
questions are we
they-
getting through tonight
I
at this
know.
rate?
I mean,
It's all about this one question.
One.
How would you get like your heart rate down?
I think that's just general fitness. When you're fit, the
That's
heart
what I
rate
was
comes
gonna
down.
say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your
Yeah.
fitness is measured by how fast your heart rate comes down.
So you don't. So all you have to train is the practice of shooting
Yeah.
mhm.
after running.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right.
Quadathlon. This one was like the easy answer. But I kind of want to hear.
Like Iron Man.
Well, I haven't even said the question yet. If you could invent a triathlon themed superhero, what would their name be, and what special powers would they possess?
Oh.
So obviously, Iron Man is the simple,
duh.
phone it in answer. Anybody got a better idea?
Superhero.
Superhero,
Mm.
and what would their
I mean, their powers have to be make them good swimmers, runners, and
Like the
stuff.
Flash is fast.
Flash is
Well, I
fast?
thought
Can the
about that
Flash
too,
swim?
But it's like basically like
He did-
Superman can negate like all you have to
And
be
he-
is Superman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he could do
He
everything.
walks on. There's no superhero on a bicycle. It
Yeah.
just doesn't exist.
Superman travels faster than the speed of light. Does
No.
Flash also?
No,
No.
Oh no, he's faster
What
than
does
the
he
speeding
do?
bullet. I mean, he made the
Yeah.
Earth rotate backwards. I mean, that's got to be.
that's true,
Also, he's not actually going faster than the speed of light. He's just fast enough to
right?
make it.
Because then you go back in
supposedly
time
back in
himself.
time.
Mm.
But theoretically, if you go travel faster than the speed of light, you could time travel.
Yeah, I think so.
But yeah, no, but he didn't actually. So the Flash might actually.
Yeah, but it's asking you.
You have to come up with
you
a new
invent
name.
a new
Oh.
superhero.
But there's so many to pick from.
No,
No, you have to
new
make up your
superhero.
Own.
Don't
Your
pick
name.
an old superhero.
I have to invent. No cape. That's what I'm saying.
So it's gotta be
I agree.
superhero without a
Captain-
cape.
Yeah,
No
then
cape.
they're not
No
arrow. You can't be
Captain.
arrow with cape.
There's no capes in that
It's
superhero.
too much drag.
Right.
Absolutely.
Captain Platypus.
Hmm.
Captain Oyster.
Why platypus?
That was amphibian,
They're not,
but they can't ride
amphibians.
bikes.
Yeah. That question, hold on to the animal thing. I think that
Yeah,
comes
there's
up
another
later.
question about that.
A triathlon superhero, and then what powers? I mean, the powers should be like
They should-
energized
They could
by
breathe.
like urine in the water.
Oh my god, they could
They-
breathe underwater.
Maybe they can eat lactate faster than a speeding bullet. I don't
Oh,
know.
that's
Yeah.
a good one.
Does
They're
the
just
speeding
fueled by
bullet
lactic
eat
acid.
lactate?
I
Or
know.
they'd be fueled by lactate. I mean, we all are, but
Maybe quads so massive.
Yeah,
the
that's what I
bike.
was thinking.
they don't have to.
Their
They don't have to wear
shorts fit.
medium.
when you said superhero, I know this is the one like video that's stuck in my head. There's that guy who powers a toaster. His quads are
Yeah.
huge.
Quadzilla.
Like that guy. Like
That's in the thing.
Except
Like
He's a
that-
track cyclist
It's
from
sick.
Germany.
Like, but that's what I'm like picturing.
yeah, he
Okay.
doesn't wear like
It's just
spandex.
huge
He wears
quads.
like cut jean shorts. shows massive quads.
my
Not the videos I've seen, but I don't know what you're watching.
Well, we're making up a superhero, so
Okay.
Oh, that's what your
superhero
superhero
would wear
wears
Jean
wear
shorts from the
jorts.
1980s.
jean shorts.
Does it have a chamois in it or no?
No chamois.
Why
doesn't need
is
a
he
chamois.
wearing jean shorts?
So that he can show off his massive quads
in jean shorts.
in jean shorts. He's a superhero.
They don't have to be jean shorts, but he just likes them.
I know.
There was like a thing where like the first triathlons where people would do them in jean shorts because they thought they were biking in jean shorts is better.
Really?
Yeah, when they first started.
How could anyone
Back
think
in
that's
Greece.
better?
Imagine
In the
the
Olympics.
chafing.
Yeah,
So how
jean
could
shorts.
anyone think that would
Horrible.
be better?
Probably only. Yeah,
Well,
not a good
yeah,
idea.
I guess
That
a lot of
lasted one
superheroes
race,
do
I
wear
bet.
spandex. So
Yeah,
I
there's a
guess
reason for that. Spandex
Alright,
is highly functional.
Jean short printed spandex.
There was a cycling team back in the late 90s that did that. Horrible kits.
Yeah,
Terrible looking.
Sounds horrible.
So, all right, he's got massive quads, or he or she has massive quads.
Yeah,
They're
they-
able to breathe underwater. Now, do they just have super speed on the run, or do we just
Yeah.
I mean, those are the easy answers, right? So I can't really think of, they could digest huge quantities of carbohydrates and not
sugar?
get gut bombs. I don't know.
Like
They don't
ants.
need it.
Ants like
They're
sugar,
super-
right?
They do.
What if it's just like
Maybe they don't need sugar.
They don't need it. They're just superheroes.
there's
They
already
just
an
have
Ant-Man
they're able to
There is an Ant-Man. Yeah.
naturally produce carbs.
or a bee. No, bees basically make honey. This is a tough question.
It's a very tough question. There's a lot of tough brain busters.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you were a superhero, were you going to waste your power on triathlon? That's like a very selfish superhero.
Yeah, superheroes don't tend to be selfish.
It's like I could save the world, but I'm going to win
You
every
know what?
triathlon race instead.
There's a Iron Man event, but there's also like a war going on.
I mean,
I'm
at
gonna go to the Iron
these
Man
speeds, they could probably do both.
Right.
Right.
That's true.
This is what they do on their off time.
Mm-hmm. Right. I mean, The Incredibles.
Yeah.
That's what I'm like. Another one, right? Because they had the suits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So in this league, then they could have like it would be all
In this
drugs
league.
are allowed. EPO,
What
steroids.
league? There's no
testosterone.
league. It's a superhero.
The
There's one
superhero
guy.
triathlon
Superhero
league.
does not need drugs.
Well, if like one of us wanted to compete in it as like an age grouper,
I'm not competing against a superhero.
Yeah, that seems
I have a
ridiculous.
hard enough time competing against average people.
yeah. But imagine if we'll allow drafting on the bike and in the
Unless
water,
you
can
allowed a
draft.
bungee cord, I don't think I'm holding that wheel.
I think if you hold a bungee cord to the superhero, you're also not holding that wheel.
Yeah.
All right.
Next.
Okay, let's go to a serious one.
Oh yeah. How serious can this get?
Which one?
Should age group triathletes prioritize specialization in a specific distance, or is it beneficial to compete in a variety of race distances throughout the season? Boring. Do
Took the words out of my mouth.
you want to go back to funny?
No.
No,
Okay.
we
It's
can
a good
answer it.
question.
It's a
I
good
think it's a great
question.
question.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's one of those questions you can answer both ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it's a good
Depends
question.
on the person.
I mean, because you could specialize in a long distance or a certain distance,
Mhm.
but use the other shorter distance along in your training.
I think it depends on your goals,
Mhm.
right? Whatever your
Mhm.
goals are.
Yeah.
If your goal is like, I want to do a short one and a really long one, well, let's figure it out.
And what you enjoy more.
Sitting on the couch, eating potato chips.
hmm
Was that out loud?
I'm going to go with yes or no. They shouldn't specialize in a specific distance.
Until
Why?
Never.
No, I think
Do it all.
short distance races help you build speed, and like, listen, going hard in a 5K at the end of a sprint triathlon is
Really
freaking hard. Like
Yeah.
that's a level of mental resilience that is different from what you do
Yeah.
slogging through an Ironman at the top of zone 2. So I don't know. I think they both help you become more well-rounded athlete across the board. So no, I don't think you should specialize. It's tough though when especially the longer the races get, that takes really specialized training and a lot of focus to be ready for that. So you're like, well, where do I fit a local sprint in, or where do I fit an Olympic in? But I think it makes you a more well-rounded athlete.
And the flip side is some people don't like the long races.
Right.
So
But then
they
I
only
still
do short
think-
races.
Right. But I still think those people, even if you do like sprints, you shouldn't specialize just in sprints, like do an Olympic once or
Mhm.
twice a year. Like, maybe every couple of years you do a 70.3.
is a sprint distance short enough that you could have a like you know how like the difference between a sprinter runner and a marathon runner?
No,
So you'd still be like skinny.
you're still an aerobic athlete.
Mm.
Yeah. If anything, those when you look at like the size of like the WTCS race, the draft legal stuff, and the Ironman distance athletes, the Ironman guys are bigger.
Mm.
Yeah.
I remember that.
So
Okay.
What's next?
Rich, you want to pick one?
All right. If you could create your own triathlon relay team with any historical figures, who would you choose for each leg of the event and why?
This is where like when you're in school and teacher asks a question, and you like don't make eye
don't look at me.
contact.
Don't,
Don't choose me. Don't choose me. What number is that?
So, I mean,
7.
does that mean you just pick like random triathletes?
no, I
No.
think it's
So I have my.
They're
I
historical figures.
Maryland's
did my
prepared.
homework,
Go ahead.
so I'm
Let's
prepared.
hear it.
Did you Google
So-
this?
No.
Well, okay.
So for swim, Alice Milliot, I think is her name. She's French, and she is a pioneer of women's sports and also a rower. So I figured she'd
See,
be a good
she's choosing
swimmer.
athletes. That's what I said. You could pick.
No, not everyone's an athlete.
Oh, okay, sorry.
For the bike, Sybil Luddington, which is the female Paul Revere. She was 16 and rode a horse twice as far as he did.
Horseback riding.
Hmm
Back to the thing that we could add to the triathlon.
Yeah, that would be fun.
I can ride a
Whatever.
horse, or I used to ride as a kid.
Random.
Anyway,
So,
And then are you
horse,
running?
bike. No, Amelia Earhart was a
Oh.
basketball player.
wait,
You
what?
know that?
Not the pilot.
Yes, the pilot.
Oh,
But
okay.
She was also she played basketball.
Oh, she did.
Yes.
In retrospect, she should have stuck to basketball.
Do we all get just a buzz?
No.
No, just me. Okay.
That's you. Yeah.
Okay. Good. Yeah, I have not thought about this, so I'm not going to have a witty or good list of people. So what are you? Oh, wait, that's your team. You're not
That
on
is
that
my
team.
So you went like
No.
history. Like
I think, yeah, historical figures are interesting, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like we could pick like Walt Disney to run the marathon.
Why?
No reason
Why
whatsoever.
him?
Just
He's
because.
an interesting historical
So
figure.
my team's going to win.
Yeah, your team definitely wins.
Yeah. I mean, you can't have athletes in there, though.
I had one athlete.
Basketball player?
Basketball
she
player,
played like in
rower.
school. She
Rower.
wasn't like a basketball player.
Yeah, Walt Disney was not much. I don't even think, he was in the war, though.
Was
He
he?
was like in the army, yeah.
Yeah?
You know.
I don't know anything about Walt Disney. I thought he was like a fascist or something.
So that apparently is he was no more of a fascist than anyone else. So apparently that was
It's just a
debunked.
time.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
I know that because my kid just did Walt Disney for a school project.
Okay.
Mm.
So anybody else have a relay team?
This is educational for all those
I
listening.
can't
It
even think
is.
of 3 people. Period. Like historical or not, I just can't even
Yeah.
think of 3 other people.
I was gonna be like Louis the Third,
Yeah.
go
But you got to give a reason for it. You got to.
Yeah.
because I think he'd be like an interesting guy. Like, oh, what is this biking nonsense? Why am I biking when I could take over Europe? Like
Yeah.
like some Viking or something.
Oh.
Like
Yeah.
you cut people's heads
like
off,
that.
but yet I'm swimming.
Yeah,
Okay.
Genghis Khan,
Yeah, right. Like,
Paul Bunyan.
Is Paul Bunyan real?
oh wait, I would pick the Russian astronaut who went into space to like do one
Yuri
of the
Gagarin?
Gagarin, yeah,
Ah.
to be like a swimmer or something.
Right. Do you know he can swim?
He had to be what?
Can he swim?
I don't know, but I'm
Oh.
sure he.
Your relay team sucks. Like right
So-
now, your relay team is
Yeah.
I
bringing
didn't
up the
realize
rear.
You needed me to pick the historical figure and also submit their training piece for you to review. Like, he's not really doing his workouts.
I mean, if you would choose for
that's
each
why
leg
I
and
train
why.
them. I'm a good coach. They would be such a winning team.
Fair. James is still trying to think of 3 people.
I can't
He
think of
doesn't
three real
names.
people.
He's
Yeah.
like the mailman, the guy, the Amazon delivery
Like, who are
driver.
like 3 other people I know other than you? I don't even know.
There you go. We can be your relay
Historical
team.
figures.
Yeah, we'll be the
Oh, yeah, my
relay
real
team.
name is right here.
And why?
One day we'll be historical.
Because I don't know
Yeah.
anybody else.
We already are. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
We're on the internet. That's pretty historical.
Yeah. All right, you think about it.
Yeah, you think about it. We can move on.
I'm just crossing it off now.
You know what? You could probably cross off like half the questions because they all ask for people. Like if you could have a triathlon training session with any legendary athlete, who
Well,
would you
that's
choose?
easier.
And
Go ahead,
what
read that one.
specific
Read that one. That's a good
training
one.
I didn't
Or
answer that.
techniques would you want to learn from them?
Okay, read that.
Wait, what
again.
question is it? What number?
If you could have a triathlon training session with any
Number
legendary athlete, who would you choose and what specific training drills or techniques would you want to learn from them?
Oh, so easy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Who is it?
I mean, for me,
Yeah. You're such a high achiever. It's so easy for me.
easy for me because, oh my God, that's not what I meant. Lucy Charles Barkley.
Okay.
Mhm.
And why?
She's an amazing swimmer. So I could learn something from that. And cyclist. I think she's pretty good too.
She inspires you?
Yeah.
How so?
Sort of.
Sort of. Ooh.
I mean, well, we talked about this because, athletes, we don't know. I don't know. I guess I admire her.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
What are her qualities that you admire?
She works hard, what she does. Or at least it seems that she does.
James, why don't you tell us yours?
I know.
I haven't thought of it yet.
It's like stalling for time.
Yeah,
What do
he
you
is.
admire,
Yes.
Greg?
Any legendary athlete.
Yeah.
So I think I'd pick somebody on
Lance Armstrong.
So that name is popping through my head.
I think it was the first name that came up, but he's not impressive enough to me to.
Yeah.
Ooh, high bar.
And I think he's kind of a douche.
By super athletes.
Is he
yeah.
really?
Yeah, that's the vibe I get from him.
But aren't a lot of superstars?
I think we
Yeah.
just got canceled.
douchey?
Yeah, by Lance. Lance is coming after us. Yeah, I think they are. I think he more so. Cycling's weird. Cycling's like very blue collar, or came from like blue collar roots. So I don't think that they all are. I think he is. So,
What do you really think?
No, I think
Pick someone else.
no, I know that, but I'm trying to think. But it would be a cyclist, just because I think it'd be like,
Sagan.
yeah, maybe
Why?
Oh, he's such a good cyclist.
he's yeah. He
Why
seems
is such a
fun
good
too.
cyclist?
Oh, God,
fun.
with your questions.
Because
Why
you can't think of anybody.
I know.
He's just sitting there with questions.
Yeah.
What color is it? Color's the bike.
They say
what
if you
what drills
ask-
are you doing?
They say if you ask someone why 3 times,
You'll get the
You'll get the right
You get the
answer.
true
the
why.
true answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, so it wouldn't be Sagan. There's the true answer. Third time.
How about you?
So
Play-
okay.
play the
Here you
music.
go.
Play the music.
No. It would be one of Lance's teammates,
Okay.
and
The guy who wrote the book, the tell-all
Oh,
story.
Yeah,
my
Tyler-
God, let him answer.
I know where he's going.
yeah. So
I know where
it's
he's going.
it's either Tyler Hamilton or it's George Hincapie.
Hmm.
So George rode next to Lance in all 7 of his tour wins, and then continued a career long after. I think he rode the tour for a little while. He held the record for the most Tour de France's ever ridden or finished. I can't remember which one. American guy, grew up in New York, started racing in Central Park when he was a kid, and then just like climbed. But I think like the stories he'd have and stuff, I don't know. Like,
What drills are you doing with this guy?
I don't know. I don't know if there'd be too many drills, so it might just be more like a training sesh and hear stories and stuff like that. He has a hotel down in Greenville, South Carolina, like a training camp kind of hotel thing.
Did
But-
he not get in trouble with the doping stuff?
He did.
He was one of the Tattletales.
Oh,
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
a tell-all.
That was the one that Lance said he knew. He knew when George went in front of the grand jury that the end
He
was
was
coming.
done.
Yeah.
interesting.
Come on.
You know my answer.
You've had enough time now. What's your answer?
You know my answer.
Genghis Khan.
That's what I
The Iron Cowboy.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
He basically went all in, went from nothing, and then decided
Yeah.
to do this challenge and made something for himself, for his family. And what I like is that he does everything at low intensity. So that's perfect for me. That's something I can get behind.
What do you think you'd learn from him?
A cool nickname.
Mental resiliency. really testing your limits. So that's the thing, like redefining the impossible. So I think it translates so much just to your life, just breaking through those barriers of what you think you can and cannot do. And it applies. I think he just recently did like he trained for a boxing match or something. Like he's just doing whatever. Like, so before the triathlon, he was biking up Mount Everest or something. Like he just does something to really test the limits. So I would learn a lot about myself.
Yeah. Okay. Fair.
Good
fair answer.
Rich?
So I'm going to go with one, and then you can tell me if you guys are going to say it's a sport. So the chess champion of all time, Kasparov, we would play chess, but like I'd want to pick his brain.
I don't know if that came through on the recording, but there was a big from James on that.
I was trying to say sport.
All right, so that's why. So like the other person that I really admire as an athlete is Roger Federer.
Okay,
I think his personality, like in his approach to tennis, I think has been remarkable over the years.
What about his personality?
No.
I think he's remained he's remained true to himself throughout the years, and like tennis changes you, winning big titles changes you, and like you kind of get like the fame, and he always seemed pretty down to earth.
So he seems like genuine.
Yeah, and genuine, and a lot of those kinds of qualities that I liked. Yeah, and I think also like as I watched him win more and more, he changed his approach a lot as he got older, and he changed coaches, and he changed nutrition, and he trained, like there was a lot. So like I'd want to pick his brain about that.
Nice,
good answer.
Marilyn, why don't you pick a question?
That is your second Federer reference.
Yeah, well, Tiger Woods, I don't know. No. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right. We'll go to a serious one. Should triathletes focus more on improving overall race times or on achieving personal bests in each individual discipline?
Is that a
I've
difference?
never thought of it that way. Yeah. Do you want to...
So like you can be a great runner but suck at all the other stuff?
No. Do you work at improving overall time or improving at each individual?
Doesn't one lead to the other?
Yeah. All right, ChatGPT. We can't all have winners.
All right. You want another question?
Hold on. Let's see. Let's dig in this a little bit. I was making a drink.
Double click that one.
This is what, number 21?
Yes.
Yeah. So like, okay.
Explain that one to me.
Should your focus when you're training be on improving, let's say, your weakest, or should it be on improving?
But wouldn't that also improve your overall?
It would.
But would it improve it as much? So like this is like question 20 and 21 both sort of are very similar and overlap. So we can probably answer both of them at the same time. Where it says 20 says, is it better to focus on improving weaknesses or maximizing strengths during triathlon training? How do you strike the balance? And then, or should you improve on overall rate? So like, okay, go ahead, James.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. I was
just thinking that like running is probably like one of a lot of people's starting off weaknesses, let's just say, but that's where you can make some of the biggest improvements on your time. So if you can get really good on the swim, really good on the bike, but you really got to get good at the run. Like that's where you're going to.
Right. So like if I focus on achieving personal bests in each individual discipline, you get to a point where like if I'm a decent swimmer, like how much better should I, like how much more effort do I have to put into it to get a little bit better?
To save how many more minutes? Like
right. Whereas I'm taking time away from swimming. So what should be the angle?
There's a school of thought that focusing on your strengths leads to better results. Like lean into your strengths, lean into like what you do best, because that's what you'll achieve the most with.
Right, but like, okay, so I'm probably a better swimmer than any of the other disciplines. Why should I lean into swimming?
You shouldn't, because it's like
but you just told
disproportionate.
This guy.
That's always like talking both sides.
Yeah. It's like they
just sets you up.
They say
Sets you up.
they say you should, but you should.
That's right.
So let's go back to how about bike?
Hmm.
What if you got really, really fast on the bike?
Well, I mean, that's probably the one when you look at overall amount of time you could drop, that's probably the one where you could save the most time, right? I mean, you could theoretically take somebody. I mean, it might be impossible, but like in a half distance race, you might be able to save an hour. Right?
Which is still, I mean, I guess.
I mean, now
if you could do it,
an hour, that's a lot.
I know that's what you can't
he's
say.
going from somebody who's.
I'm going from somebody like
nothing.
a 310, 315 to a 215. Now, I mean, that is a massive
Did you say
improvement.
70.3?
Yeah,
Oh, just the
the bike split.
Oh,
yeah.
right.
And that's assuming they're not over biking. They're like
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
right power zone.
Mhm.
And then what? They run a 3 hour.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you put all that effort into making an Uber biker, what do you have left to improve on the run? Like,
But at least in that respect, the run is proportional somewhat to the bike, whereas the swim is not proportional. So like, you
not
just get
really.
through it.
Like the swim is the run is realistically like for at the pointy end, the run is like half the bike
time wise. Yeah,
Like when you look at the pros, the pro men are running like
it's weight bearing.
107, 108 off the in the half marathon, and they're biking just under 2 hours.
Yeah, but that's them, regular
They're just
people.
good at everything.
Yeah, but
There could be other reasons why they're like that.
there
There are.
there could be,
but-
but like I think you focus on overall race time.
And
I
if you
think-
focus on overall race time, it just means getting better at
All three.
something.
No, you get better at the thing that can save you the most
Yeah.
time.
I think you pick the low hanging fruit to get you to a certain point, and then you focus on
Yeah.
Right. As opposed to saying, I'm going to have the best swim I can. I'm going to set a PB on the swim, and I'm going to try and set a PB on the bike, and I'm going to try and set a PB on the run. That might not net you as much time as you just saying,
if you focus.
I'm a
on your-
bad runner. If I focus on running for the next year, I might be able to drop 30 minutes off my total time.
Yep.
And my bike's not going to get any better. My swim's not going to get, they might even get a couple of minutes worse, but my overall time is going to be 20
Gaining
minutes
a couple
faster.
minutes on the swim isn't going to help you as much as gaining a couple minutes per mile on a
Right.
run.
The swim will help the least.
But if you're a super slow swimmer and you're lagging,
But-
There
behind everybody-
is.
But if you get better at swimming and you're less tired, then you can do the other ones.
And this was
better.
something I hadn't ever thought about this, and I forget where I was reading it or listening to it, or I came across this recently, especially for Ironman distance. Imagine you're a really bad swimmer. What's the time cut for the swim?
Iron
I
Man?
don't know.
Ironman 2:10.
I think it's like that. I was
It's
gonna
like
say
that.
2 plus something.
Imagine you were in that ballpark. That means you're in the water, exercising,
2 hours.
not taking in any nutrition,
Oh, gee.
not drinking for 2 hours, and then when you finish that, you get to get on your bike for 112 miles and then a marathon.
Yeah.
I think that's huge. Forget about just time.
Which is why I'm saying, like, you pick the low hanging fruit. If you can improve 10 seconds per 100 or 20 seconds per 100,
Mhm.
you don't have to improve 30 seconds per 100.
Right. So that to me fits into improving overall race time, as opposed to trying to achieve a personal best in each individual discipline.
I think you can try that on shorter distances, like on the sprints.
Then you got to be faster.
Yeah, because it's like
That's harder.
it's full gas the whole time. And you just in zone 5.
All right, so let's play this game because I think this is fun. So I'm going to give you 2 options, Rich. Your next
Check.
race, right? Sunday. Let's say you do a bunch of Olympic distance. So you have your time for Olympic distance. You kind of know where you're at. You have 2 options. You can either set a PB in each of the 3 disciplines. That's option 1. Option 2 is you set your overall PB and you only PB in one of the three disciplines. Which are you taking? I'm taking the best time every time and twice on Sunday.
I think if I PB'd, see, Olympics hard
Okay, pick one that's not.
because it's
Well,
longer.
if you PB'd every segment,
Sprint.
that means it's
Okay,
perfect.
fine, sprint.
Because 3 miles is different going
Fine.
full out for
Here you go.
10K?
Here you go. Sprint distance. You PB on the swim by 10 seconds. You PB on the bike by 10 seconds. You PB on the run by 10 seconds. Or your overall time's 2 minutes faster. Which are you
Because
taking?
dropped your bike.
Because
Overall,
one of those
them
three.
is a lot
Yeah,
faster.
one of them got a lot faster.
Mm-hmm.
Pick any one. I don't care which one you pick that got faster. I'm taking the better finishing time because guess what? On the
Mm-hmm.
my medal for
Because I think if
my
I could,
placing matters my end time, not what I did on the swim, not what I did on the bike, not what I did on the run.
So
yeah, but
what
if I could run all 3 miles without walking and go as fast as I possibly can, I could cut a lot of time and PB the run.
Mm-hmm. And then your overall time comes down.
So wouldn't that imply
But then
focusing
if I
on your weakness?
also PB'd the bike, because again, I'm not taking breaks.
Yeah, but this is
I'm
talking
saying,
about
like,
what you should focus on your training for.
for a sprint. I think that's why I keep coming back to, like, for a sprint, I think you can focus on each one.
Okay.
Mhm.
I agree.
sprint.
Can we agree to disagree?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think there's merit in both.
Yeah.
I think you can focus on your overall and say, I mean, you will have to take a look at the athlete too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like in this load and stress and age and
Let
everything.
me just say you. It's just you. These are all personal questions.
They're not personal.
No,
Very
I'm
personal.
trying to make it very personal. I'm saying, so you would rather PB the swim by 30 seconds, PB the bike by 30 seconds, and PB the run by 30 seconds than to be 2 minutes faster overall.
But then, I mean, that's like, so what, but what if the,
Well, what
the
if I
PB is
PB'd
equal to minutes
right.
also?
What
Like,
if my PB on the swim gets me out of the water 1 minute faster? What if my PB on the bike gets me 2 minutes faster? What if my PB on the run? Because the PB on the run in a 3K is so much faster if I could
In a
do
5K?
A 5K, sorry. 3 miles. If I could do the 5K full out, I PB that and I'm like so much faster.
If you
I'm
PB,
talking about like 30 minutes versus 22 minutes, 21 minutes.
You're going to cut 8 minutes off.
Yeah.
that's huge in a
Yeah.
5K.
And,
After
and at the same time, putting equal effort into getting just as much better on the
Yep.
bike and just as much
Yeah.
better on the swim.
You
I
you
don't
can do it.
you
Because
can't,
in
you
a
can't,
sprint. Because it's a sprint.
but you're running so much harder. You
I've
can't.
seen-
You
Yes,
can't
you're
cut
running so
down
much,
your.
and it's at the end. You just collapse at the
You
end.
can't
You're
cut down
done.
your 5K time by. What'd you say? 8
can.
minutes.
I can.
He can. I've seen his training
can.
through
I want to see you
if
do
I'm
it.
healthy,
I want to see you do it.
Okay.
Because 100%.
What is your current PB
Don't know.
all time?
I don't know what I have to take a look at stuff in New York in like 2011. I did once. I don't remember what it is.
So there is a specific time though. You can
Yeah,
think
my
of.
5K was faster then. Yeah, much faster.
Mid-20s, low 20s.
Yeah,
You ran a low 20s 5K.
because it was just all out 3 miles.
Yes.
Like I could, like 1 mile. I was fast. So I'm saying, like, if you can, you're
Yeah, I
saying
just-
30, 30, 30, and I'm saying there's like 7 minutes on the run, and then like I don't know how much on the bike because I don't typically think about that.
Yeah, I'm just saying I'd rather the faster time at the end of the day. And however I get there, but I want the faster overall time at the end of the day.
No, but your faster overall time is the result of you doing the PBs in all 3.
I don't think it has to be.
It doesn't have to be, but it could be.
James, next question.
Sounds like I'm done with this question.
If you could have a fictional character as your triathlon coach, who would it be?
Hey, that's not on here, is it?
It
And how
is.
would they
Number
motivate
5.
you?
Fictional character?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Fictional character.
The first thing that comes to mind, because that's how I play this game, is Dory. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
What?
Okay.
Oh,
You know who I want?
That's
I
who you
want
pick?
No, it's just the first thing that pops in because, like, it's what fictional character would pop into your mind. And every time I'm in that damn water, it's for just keep swimming. Just
Yeah.
keep swimming.
I want the coach from the dodgeball movie. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Like I want that guy.
Yeah, that was good.
That would be a good one.
Is he in a wheelchair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking Morpheus from The Matrix
Mhm.
Mm,
Okay.
he's good.
because I need to begin to
He's
believe.
scary though.
Who was Rocky Balboa's coach?
Mickey?
Mickey.
Yeah. It's a little too
Tough love.
tough love for me.
Yeah.
No, I know, but this is a good
Yeah,
character.
Mickey would be good. The I can't remember what the guy's name was. The trainer in Rocky 4 that was like Apollo's trainer. I like him more.
Oh, I
I forget what his name was.
don't know if he had a name.
No, he did. He had a name.
It was in the credits. You didn't read the credits.
Paulie?
Clearly.
No, not Paulie. Paulie wouldn't help me. We'd sit on the patio and drink beers and smoke cigars, probably.
I picked Laura Croft,
Oh,
Oh.
that's a good
Tomb
one.
Raider.
I like that one.
I do.
Why?
That was a good one.
And she's badass.
The
What do you mean
outfit.
why? Oh God, she's training me, not you. Okay.
Okay.
No, I want to know why. What about Laura?
Because
Croft?
she's badass and
Badass.
she's smart and yeah,
So you
Mr.
like hardworking,
yeah.
Mr.
badass.
What'd you say,
Mr. Miyagi. That's a good one.
Mr.
Oh my
Miyagi.
gosh! Could you imagine? Like you don't even get to swim, bike, or
No.
run. You're just doing like
You're doing his yard work for
No, you're doing it, but
You're
you're doing it
painting the
like
fence.
on that machine. You're just like, little dry land drills.
no. It wouldn't even
painting
be.
the fence
It wouldn't
could
be
be.
anywhere close to the thing. Like,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden one day he throws you in the water.
Yeah. Or like he says, jump, and he throws a bike under you and you just take off.
That's the thing.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Miyagi would be good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, but then Johnny.
Who was that guy? The coach
Sweep the leg.
in Bloodsport,
Bloodsport.
What's
Wow.
right?
Know
Like
that
that.
one.
That was a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie.
Yeah,
That was
it was like
terrible.
kicking bamboo trees and guys
Yeah.
just walking
Oh,
around.
that shit movie. Okay, USA.
Man.
He had a coach.
In Bloodsport, he went to
Yeah.
train somewhere with some like.
Oh,
guy.
Shidoshi
Yeah,
from back in his Shidoshi.
yeah.
Mm. Do you know that movie? So when that movie came out, it was like based on a true story.
Really?
Frank Dukes, and then later came out it was all like Frank Dukes made up the whole story.
So he said it was a real story,
Yeah.
made
Yeah.
the movie, and then
And
it
then
was
it turned out it was
totally
all
made
fake.
up. Okay.
It's
Exactly.
kind of like Frank Abagnale from Catch Me If You Can. That was supposed,
yeah.
that was supposed to be based on, and it turned out the guy like over embellished and made up way more than what it really was, and which makes sense. Like he's a con man. Like
Yeah.
he also made up his story. So
Okay. Any other good triathlon coaches out there? Fictional characters. I'm trying to
Yeah,
think.
we're all sitting right here.
Yeah. That's right.
ourselves.
We're not fictional.
We're not fictional, though.
Oh, true.
We're real people. Okay. If triathlons had mascots, like sports teams, what animal or character would represent the spirit of the sport? Marilyn, I'm sure you have an answer
I
for
do
that.
have an answer.
What is it?
A moose.
A moose.
Moose.
Did you know that
I didn't see.
Why?
Well, this is going to be good. Go ahead.
Why?
No, it's-
a moose can run 35 miles per hour and they could swim 6 miles per hour?
but can they bike?
No, but what I mean,
See, that
who
is the
could,
toughest
what
part.
mascot?
Yeah.
I bet you a polar bear is fast too.
I
Yes.
bet. Yeah.
So-
Not as fast. Moose is the fastest.
Moose.
Okay.
Meese.
They,
Me-
yeah, meese.
Moose.
They can swim
Reindeer.
faster than an Olympic swimmer.
And think about having those horns to hang your medals from. Like it's a
Oh,
built-in medal rack.
And their fur is
Not
extreme.
horns,
Their,
antlers.
Arrow though.
their
No.
fur is very buoyant.
Okay.
So I was like going on that same vein. I was thinking there's this lizard called the Jesus Christ lizard,
Mm.
the
Really?
Basilisk. Yeah.
and they can like run, they're so fast they can run on top of the water.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then I'm assuming if they can run on top of the water, they can run on land. But I was like,
Then you
can
could probably
this thing
teach them to
bike,
ride
though?
a
That's the
bike.
thing.
I was thinking a duck, but
I was thinking like a hawk,
uh-huh.
just fast and cool.
Yeah.
Can you just fly over?
No
the-
other reasons. You're right. Like just fly.
Just fly.
Yeah, I mean, if
because you feel like you're flying on the bike.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
is there a rule that says you have to swim and be on a bike and like
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Called
That's
triathlon.
you could just fly the whole race? Like
No.
that's the thing. Like what
Is
animal
there a
can
rule
run?
that says you can't have an electric bike? Yes.
Yeah.
No animal can ride a bike. So
Some bears are
Yeah.
trained,
Dogs
They
can-
True,
train bears. So
true.
if you could train a polar bear,
polar bear,
Yeah.
then
Mhm.
you'd probably be good.
they could swim.
of
I don't know
trainers
about
would-
they
or a
could
duck.
run.
But would that be a mascot? Would that be like,
A lot of
would that
trainers would die.
embrace? I kind of think maybe Rich is onto something with some kind of bird. Like
Yeah.
if-
Turtle.
Mm.
no.
Because you could
Turtle's
have it in
slow.
the race
Steady.
and then you could have
Slow.
it take off. And
Yeah, but slow and steady wins the race.
Mm.
Mm.
They're
Boring.
amphibious.
Fast and
then
steady
you just
really
go like
wins the race.
with like a sloth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was actually a question I had to delete about a sloth. I was like, that's a ridiculous question. The rest of
was the
these are so much
question?
better. I was, I don't know. It was
Mascot.
about, if you took it, it might be on yours.
So
No.
what is triathlon what is the spirit of triathlon?
Endurance,
True.
hard work.
Fighting through adversity.
Yeah. So what kind of animal embodies that
Works
mindset?
hard.
Camels. A horse. A horse.
I think, endurance and stuff. The birds
Donkey?
that fly for the winter.
Donkey. Come on, donkey.
Camel.
Yeah.
Mm,
I don't think they'd look good on like a logo.
no.
I think a hawk. I think
Yeah.
Rich is right. Some kind of
Hawk was
bird.
good.
What do they endure?
They don't. I mean, like they fly far.
They're just
Maybe like
That's it.
fast.
some ocean bird that like
But they
like
don't
an
even
albatross.
They don't do any of the.
Well, do they have to? Like,
Maybe a little.
Well,
I mean, look at all these
spirit.
football,
We're trying
to get the
these football
essence.
teams. None of those
True.
those
True,
animals
true.
play
We're trying
football.
to get the essence of triathlon, like endurance, adversity,
Yeah.
all the birds
perseverance.
that fly south for the winter.
No, they're babies. They are like, I'm not.
Discipline.
It's too cold for me here. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to Mexico.
Oh, I
Do you
got
know
it.
Drink.
how far they fly?
Yeah.
That's what they do.
That's
I
their.
mean,
That's what else do they have to do?
right.
How about
Okay, but like we're talking mascots. Like that's a question. What else do they have to do? We're talking about like what animals. What else do animals have to? What does a moose? What does a moose have to do?
what about ants?
That's true.
They are hardworking,
They
but
are
that would be a
hardworking.
terrible mascot.
Just get the gecko
Yeah,
that talks on the commercial.
I was thinking the Aflac duck,
Yeah,
but he's already taken. He's pretty wrapped up with that. Yeah, it's a tough one.
Mm.
Hippopotamus.
Ooh, deadliest animals on the planet, right? Don't they kill more
Are
people
they
than
really?
like?
They're fast in the water too.
Yeah,
Slow on
don't
land,
know.
though. They're slow on
Oh, are they
land.
slow on land?
lumbering.
Probably, I mean.
Alligator. Well, now we're going back.
Now
to
we're
the-
going back to they have those
go with
attributes,
the
not
go
the-
with the oyster and just move on.
the oyster.
Oh, yeah. Perseveres, lives through crappy water.
Could be a pearl in there.
Endurance athlete.
Might- yeah. Yeah. Okay, Rich, pick one.
If you'd come up with a slogan for a triathlon training camp, what would it be? And what unique activities or challenges would the camp offer?
Hmm.
Oh, I like
What
that
is that
one.
one?
It's like a half serious, half funny question.
I like that one where it's why be bad at one sport when you can be bad at all three.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like the logos that go like whatever: swim, bike, run, sleep, repeat.
Mm.
So that would be
That would be a
fourth
good.
for the
is
camp.
The
that would-
fourth event.
well, that would be
For
for
the
the camp.
triathlon.
I like that.
I would
'cause
change
it's- you would
sleep to
keep-
eat.
eat,
Mm.
sleep, whatever. But I would do that because you're doing that in the camp. You're doing
Right.
those things.
Like eat,
Mm.
sleep, train,
repeat,
something like
right,
that.
Yeah.
What unique activities or challenges would the camp offer?
Drop you off in the middle of the woods.
Ooh. Or the
Point to point, right?
Point to point. Yeah.
Like an adventure
Mm.
adventure challenge.
That would be
That'd be
awesome.
fun.
I do think like a nice challenging hike is good training.
Hmm.
I think you would do like an upstream river swim sesh.
Right. Like an up yeah. Like a choppy water or open
Or
water
yeah,
sesh.
either the rapids or you're gonna have to try to go up
The
a waterfall.
rapids. Trying to
What?
drown
Like go
me.
up a waterfall.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
How do you go?
If you can make
Up a
it.
waterfall?
If you can make it,
How do
you'll
you
be
go
so
up a
fun.
waterfall?
I'm not
This
going
guy's
to your
been watching
camp
like
ever.
Discovery Channel videos about
You gotta
salmon
swim
too much
really
Yeah.
fast.
and jump and like leap out
Maybe
of the water.
salmons are
If you could
mascots.
Maybe.
So if you could swim up a waterfall, would you be fast or slow?
Is that even possible? It's not.
No,
If you could swim up a waterfall,
You'd be an idiot.
if you could swim up a waterfall,
We're talking like little. We start them off small, right? Like little ones, not
Yeah,
like
we-
Niagara.
yeah, maybe it's,
Okay.
it's a progression. But
That would be the challenge. Get in a barrel and get you thrown down Niagara Falls.
you can't argue the science.
Yeah. No, you're right. We can't.
Now we need something.
True.
And then bike. I mean, what would be a really hard?
I think just the idea that you're saying point to point, like
Mhm.
drop off somewhere and you got to get to here. I like that idea a lot. There's
It's got to
something.
be unique, wasn't it? A unique trading. What was it?
I don't know. I wasn't really listening.
Whatever,
I can't
we're done with
find the
that question
question.
now.
Yeah, unique activities or challenges.
See, unique. Swimming up
Or
a waterfall
challenges.
is very unique.
That's unique.
I'm
Point
not
to point
going to
is
your
unique,
camp.
too. I don't
So
think
it's
people
like
do that.
riding your bike with your hands, like using your hands on the pedals. That's unique, but that's stupid too.
Yeah, that might be a progression to be able to swim up the waterfall.
Maybe step one. Yeah. Okay. All right. I want to ask this one because I thought about this and I have like two or three that I think would be great. If you could design a triathlon course anywhere in the world, where would it be, and what unique challenges would participants face? So I'm going to come back to bike riding. There are some like classic climbs in the Alps that the Tour de France goes through that I think, like in the backdrop, just like what you see when you're riding through these areas would make it absolutely gorgeous. And I'm not making it up, because there's actually a triathlon that climbs up Alpe d'Huez, which is like a 13K climb that averages 8% and has 21 hairpin turns all the way up. And like when you just see the views from that spot, it's absolutely gorgeous. I think it's like 2,000 feet elevation change or 3,000 feet elevation change. And then there's like these there's these gorgeous,
he said
if you could design a triathlon course anywhere in the world. So I would do it in that area, like swimming in the lakes, and just like either that. And the other one I was thinking of, actually, I'll let you guys go, because maybe you'll come up with the same thing, and I don't want to steal your thunder.
They got to think about that one.
Where would be where would be a dream swim location?
I have one.
I think Aruba's nice.
Apollo Bay in Australia.
Somebody had to say Australia.
Why?
It's beautiful.
The water's pretty.
It's beautiful. Stop asking why. And then you could bike. It's called the Great Ocean Road. Goes along Apollo Bay. Beautiful. And you're kind of like in the jungle, sort of. So that would be a challenge.
Ooh, the jungle.
There's kangaroo and...
Oh my gosh.
Not
Have you
really
been
the
there?
jungle, but no.
Oh, okay.
But I would love to go there.
I'm thinking like something like make it terrible, like the run.
Of course you are. Of course you are.
We knew that was coming.
Yeah.
Like either
Not like flat in Kentucky somewhere.
Where's Badwater? That ultra
Death
run?
Valley.
Yeah.
Like imagine the run there.
Nope.
No.
Right.
You're ready, the rubber on your shoes melts.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound fun
Nobody
at all.
needs that. And there's like, they put tubs near the side of the road so you could like cool off, I think.
Though I'd love to swim in like the Caribbean or something. Like the clearest water I've ever swam in was like Turks and Caicos.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah,
Like
so nice.
Bahamas or something.
Yeah.
But it was also scary at the same time because you could see everything.
You can see everything.
So
Yeah.
I didn't know if I wanted to know if a shark was coming or not. But
It's not coming.
it was
That's
super clean.
If it's
Like,
coming, it's too late.
that's the thing. I'd rather not know. I didn't know. I was like, do I want to know or do I not
She's
want
in
to know?
Australia. There are sharks in Australia.
I know.
Great whites.
Yeah.
Make you swim faster. That was Rich's idea. Shark fins behind you. Said
Mhm.
that in an episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. And your buoy.
Right.
I was going to say Swiss Alps.
So hilly.
Mount Everest.
Even
Yeah, but
hillier.
Where are you going to swim?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, so that all has to be in one spot.
I think just like
That would be
beautiful-
That's
that would be
the
a
idea
unique
of
challenge.
triathlon.
Run up Mount Everest.
He's got
Then
unlimited
get in
Bike-
a plane.
bike
you
in the Alps.
Swim, you get on your private jet, then you go.
Helicopter. Gotta be a
Biking.
helicopter.
Mhm.
I would never ride a helicopter.
Neither would I.
They're
That's
sketchy.
a big no.
Very weird.
Mhm.
Like it's such a weird feeling.
Yeah. Someone said it's like basically a machine that is trying to tear itself apart.
Mm. I was okay, and like takeoff was weird.
Oh, you rode one?
Yeah, flying was very weird. Landing, I did not like at all. We were going out to an oil rig in the Gulf of Mexico, and we just ocean all around, and then you just
Oh
go
my God.
straight down. I didn't
I've
like
never been in one. Don't want to.
Yeah.
No, thanks.
it.
What was your other ones?
Oh, yeah.
Kind of along. So now that I'm thinking, there's two. Along the Pacific Coast Highway in California.
Mhm.
So
Oh,
swim in
I
the
almost had that
Pacific
one.
Ocean, ride on the Pacific Coast, and run. I think just gorgeous.
They have them there.
Probably.
Mhm.
And then the other one, when I was a kid, I used to watch. You remember Eco Challenge?
Yeah.
So there were these huge Xterra races, but taken to the extreme. They were 7 days long in Borneo and
Mhm.
stuff like that. And I think it'd be cool to do a point-to-point triathlon that was completely off-road, wild type of thing, where you swim in a lake or a river or in the ocean, and then you get out and you ride your bike on dirt roads, and then you run over a mountain or something like that
That's
to the
similar.
finish line.
That's how that was.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
cool. They had the show. That was so cool.
I remember watching that as a kid
Mhm.
and being like, I want to do that.
But
when
they
I'm
had it
grown up.
a few years ago,
Yeah,
too.
it was
They
so
had it
commercialized and
Yeah.
stuff. The people,
still cool, though.
yeah, it was still neat, and it was always something I felt like was in my wheelhouse, something I'd like to do.
What if you combined famous, let's say an Ironman distance, And like, let's say the marathon was the New York City Marathon.
Mm.
The bike is what?
A stage of the Tour de France.
But there's no like famous swim, is there? Like the English Channel.
English Channel.
English Channel is the
Yeah.
famous one.
But then you got to fly between all those.
I'm just saying, like if you made this
Put
dream
it together.
like a dream
Yeah.
race,
ChatGPT didn't come up with that one.
They didn't know. That would be interesting. That would be
right? And then having the crowds that those other than the swim
right.
that they draw.
Mm.
I heard Texas was a pretty one too.
Texas Ironman?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's 80 miles on a highway,
Oh,
on a toll road, the Hardy Toll Road. Yeah, it's
terrible.
not pretty.
Okay.
Maybe one of the 70.3s, like, is there Waco?
Maybe. Yeah, there is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that looks like.
Ooh.
Go
I
ahead.
think
Go ahead.
we've created all the triathlon themed cocktails. If you had to create a triathlon themed cocktail, what ingredients would you include and what would you name it?
I left that in there, but I don't have anything.
Yeah, me neither. My cocktails are.
Let's say if you did something just cheesy called swim, bike, run.
SBR.
What would you put in it though? What would be the ingredients? More important.
SBR. Sambuca.
Oh
Bacardi.
God.
Oh, this is
Oh,
getting worse and
God.
worse.
Well, you could do
And rye.
you could do rum and Coke because you drink Cokes on the run.
Okay.
So
So
rum and
like
Coke.
Run and Coke.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
run and Coke.
Mm.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Cute.
Okay.
Didn't think these through.
No,
Just-
I can't get anywhere.
kinda
Like there
whatever
should be
comes
blue
in.
curacao in it because the
Oh,
swim
no.
is
Yeah.
in.
No, none of that blue stuff.
And the bike, I don't know.
Maybe you could make it with like, let's say like Gatorade. A little,
Oh.
so Gatorade as your
Mm.
base.
Yeah,
Mm,
I bet people have done that.
Yeah, probably.
Gatorade
Isn't
as
that like a
base,
thing
little
now
Flat Coke and
that,
then
like,
what is-
kids-
Borg.
Borgs.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gatorade, flat Coke, and then what would be the alcohol?
Oh, flat Coke.
Yeah, that would embody triathlon.
I hope there's a lot of porta potties nearby that drink.
No, James hasn't thrown up since high school.
Yeah.
Suppress it. Just deep breathing.
Deep drinking.
Yeah. What was your question, James?
So if we have the base right now is Gatorade, lemon lime, flat Coke
Together?
together,
Just put,
Oh.
No.
Now
just,
we just-
just put an oyster in it and be
cocktail.
done.
and now we need a signature liquor that would embody triathlon. So like, is it vodka, rum, gin, whiskey?
You can't mix those two things.
I'm going with run and Coke.
Yeah, I like that.
It just kind of fits.
I'm trying to tie it to triathlon.
Yeah.
Run
Triathlon.
and Coke.
Run and Coke?
Yeah, rum.
No,
And-
run and Coke.
Yeah, it's called Run and Coke, and it's rum and Coke.
But it's only run. That could be a marathon
It could be.
cocktail.
Yeah.
And maybe we can
We're
license
doing
it to
triathlon
the marathons too.
cocktail.
It's tough. Fit them all
This
through.
How
Really?
does yours make it a triathlon cocktail?
In his head, it works.
Since you drink electrolytes. Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they have.
So I feel like maybe we need like a little, like some sort of water component. Okay, a little club soda.
hmm
I guess that defeats the purpose of flat Coke.
Vodka.
There's so many things in that. That's
Yeah.
why I couldn't
Bike.
come up with anything for that.
Some sort of
Something-
mordants in there.
Some oil.
Yeah, grease. Chain lube. Yeah.
It's like a dark liqueur. You can do like either dark rum
He's getting worse and worse.
or like a black sambuca.
Oh.
All right. So if you could participate or compete in a triathlon with unconventional equipment, what items would you choose for each discipline and why? I've only
I
thought
didn't get this one.
Okay.
for the swim and the bike so far.
Okay. So what do you got for the swim?
I want the aqua lung or the thing that you put in your mouth that you don't
Really?
have to breathe. I don't know. I'm picking.
Like a scuba tank?
It's unconventional. I don't want a scuba tank. I want the little tank.
Well, why not just go for the scuba tank?
That's a scuba
then?
tank.
It's so heavy.
Well, it's not like unconventional.
Drown.
That little thing lasts like
No.
Is that what?
10 breaths.
No, don't they like have ones that last for a while?
Yeah,
Is
10
that
breaths.
unconventional or just illegal? Like
Right.
unconventional would be like
Come on.
Yeah, let's go. We can go illegal because my answers are illegal.
Motorcycle
illegal.
for the bike.
No, I want fins for the swim.
Yeah, that's not unconventional.
like
In a race, it is.
It's not
illegal.
unconventional.
I feel like
I had
unconventional
horse
would
for
be,
the bike.
See?
I-
that's,
you know,
that's a
that's
good
a
answer.
motorcycle.
That's a good
Mhm.
answer.
That's not illegal? You don't think?
But it's
You don't think iron-
unconventional.
Yeah.
The run is
It's
the
not
hard
like
one.
it's motorized. He wants a motorcycle. For
Yeah,
God's sakes.
I want a motorcycle. I don't know.
I want one of those bikes with a full fairing on the front. So like that sets like the land speed record. That's what I want.
Oh, I thought you meant like you just with the fairing
gonna
on a
slow
regular
you
like
down,
sit up
isn't it?
bike.
No. It's
No?
like sick aero. You go like 50 miles an hour on them. Yeah. Regular bike, but it's got like a shield kind of
Ooh,
thing around it.
What about those things that like you jump on that when you're doing
Pogo
the run,
stick?
the pogo stick.
No.
The ride.
I was thinking moon
No.
shoes. Remember when you had like the little bouncy trampoline things
Or
you
bouncy
strap to your
trampoline,
feet?
yeah, or stilts for the run.
Stilts. I don't think stilts would be faster.
It's not. It doesn't
I
have
was
to be
thinking a
faster.
scooter for the run. No,
Like,
Not the
sure.
run at that point.
Yeah, it's a roll
I
at
know.
that
Well,
point.
it's unconventional.
Your feet have to put one in front of the other.
Yeah, you're putting one and you do that one for a while and then you
Right,
switch.
one foot's on the thing and it's going in
Yeah.
front of the other.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say unconventional, like
Mhm.
skis.
I take it.
That would be training.
No
Stupid.
snow.
But if you could run really fast in skis, imagine once you take the skis off.
Nobody's running anywhere in skis.
That's unconventional training.
It sure is.
It's like training for dodgeball with dodging wrenches.
Anybody interested in hiring James as a coach, please reach out. info@teamnextleveltry.com.
Yeah, like what could be unconventional training on a bike? Like what would be so incredibly difficult?
No seat.
Yeah, you'd be. Yeah, you could stand up on
No
the bike all the time.
handlebars. One wheel. Unicycle.
Unicycle. There we go. Ooh, that'd be a fun triathlon.
Your
Huh?
can't do
legs would
that.
get
Everybody rides a unicycle.
What was that? No, I wasn't talking to you. There, I saw a video.
Was that his version of a shush? I wasn't talking to you.
I was talking about it on
What the
the,
hell?
no, I was
No,
talking
I
about this on
wasn't
the
talking
ride
to
on
you.
Sunday,
That's right.
but I
at
wasn't
me.
with you guys. So it was there was I saw this video. There's people playing floor hockey
Underwater.
on unicycles.
Oh,
Oh gosh.
that seems like
and they were
a-
really good. But what impressed me was how is there a big enough subset of people who can both ride a unicycle and play
play.
hockey,
Yeah.
and that there's enough of them to have two teams or a league.
right. Is it unicyclists who are like,
Good
I
with
want
sticks.
They were like they had very good puck handling skills too. I was like,
It
what?
was a whole
Or
league.
hockey players.
or they're hockey players who couldn't, like a Happy Gilmore, like I couldn't quite cut it as a hockey player, so I switched.
Like how's
And
there?
I
can
learned to
imagine
ride a
one.
unicycle.
I can
Yeah.
imagine like one person being good at that.
Yeah, but you need a team.
like
Yeah.
teams.
yeah.
I was like,
Multiple teams. Huh.
yeah, but
Need a whole
unicycle
league.
I think would be a very unconventional training tool on the bike.
I
I think
could never do that.
Yeah.
I think you get very strong on the bike,
Okay.
Mm.
and then swimming up waterfalls. If you had waterfalls,
And running on skis. You are
You'd
going to
be
have
the
one strong
supreme
athlete. Yeah.
Yeah. Watch all my athletes. They're gonna be so strong.
Yeah.
Mm.
I like this one. Wait a minute, where'd it go?
I like this one.
If you
That I
could
can't
participate in a triathlon alongside any celebrity, who would you choose, and how do you think they would perform?
Celebrities have done a
Yeah.
bunch of them.
So who would you pick, Rich?
Can I go back to my?
Roger Federer? or No.
No. I have to pick a
No,
different
you
one.
used him.
Yeah,
already.
you can't use the same one.
Pick
over
He's your
again.
coach, isn't he? Or
Right.
something.
Yeah, he's your coach.
I have to think about this one.
Marilyn, you have an answer?
I picked Jennifer Garner just because I think she's funny.
So you like
Mm.
badass, hardworking, and funny.
Hmm. Yes.
Who doesn't?
I know. I think she would be fun. That's all.
Okay. Fun would be a good part of it, right?
Mhm.
Because you want somebody to help keep your head in it the whole time. James, you got anything?
Keanu Reeves.
Mm,
I thought you were going to say Iron Cowboy.
Keanu Reeves just seems like an awesome celebrity.
he does seem like a good celebrity. You never hear a bad thing
Mhm.
about him, right?
No.
No,
Yeah.
there's like this. I've seen these like videos about him. How, very tough upbringing.
Hmm.
Orphaned was it or
I'm not sure.
something like
I
broken
think so.
family,
It's Broken
orphan.
Family or something. Yeah.
Came from nothing. He donates a ton, most of
Mhm.
his like earnings supposedly. He's got all these foundations set, but it's never tied to his name. So, like he doesn't want people to know.
Mhm.
You see that video of him riding in like the subway. It's like a normal guy, and then like gives his seat up to normal. Like
Mhm.
Mhm.
I just think he'd be a cool guy to hang out with. I don't think he actually acts. I think that's like him. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would pick Michael Jordan.
Okay.
I think he's like
douchey.
maybe.
But again, like to be the best, sometimes I think you have to have
he
that.
was for his sport, like, and you're kind of next to him. I think he's got some good stories. I think somebody said that before, but I think I'd like to listen to those.
Yeah. We've talked about this guy before, but I think Bert Kreischer would be funny to do a triathlon
comedian.
with for, spend a couple hours with.
Who's
Sure.
Bert Kreischer? Is he the one who's drinking
Comedian.
Kool-Aid?
Yeah. Yeah,
He
the
was.
Kool-Aid guy. Yeah, I think he'd be a good time.
Well, you could like Dennis Miller.
No,
Mm.
not Dennis
Too
Miller.
sarcastic.
Yeah, I don't.
That's why
I like sarcasm, but
He lost me when he had when they put him on Monday Night Football. Right? He did. He was for like
Bill
a hot
Maher.
minute. That's too much thought. I can't think that much during a triathlon. Yeah. All right, we got any other questions to go through? We've gone through a lot. I did not think we were going to get through this
I
many.
know.
I don't like some of them.
Okay.
Oh.
Which one don't you like?
If you could swap training plans with a professional
see, I like
triathlete
that
for a
one.
week.
No,
Why don't you like it?
Actually,
I don't look up to any professional triathlete
It's not looking
that
up to them, but
I would want to swap their plans with.
well, swapping it and doing it at their pace.
Well, you wouldn't do it.
and
You
wouldn't
couldn't
do it at their pace. You would do their workout.
So then it's
at
really
your
just like
pace.
well-programmed work. I mean, Greg pretty much produces professional level workouts for me, so I don't see the appeal.
If you're interested in info at the Team Next Level.
How about the theme song one? If triathlons had theme songs for each leg of the race.
Hold on, I want to take a riff on this.
Okay.
Because I agree with you to some extent. Right? Like if you could swap training plans, like you'd get beaten into the ground and you'd like fall apart after a week.
if you made it that
yeah,
far.
if you made it that far, it would be really cool though. I think to live like a pro for a week
Well,
or
that's the
two.
thing. Like if
And
you didn't
like-
have to work.
It'd be
Right.
cool
Yeah.
to live like a celebrity too.
Okay,
week.
maybe.
No,
If
I
you
don't
didn't
know.
But
to
like,
work, you had
if
no
you
family
right, if you
obligation.
told me,
Yeah.
okay, for the next 2 weeks, you're going to go on training camp, and
Mhm.
like
That would be so
that-
fun.
I think that would be a neat thing to do.
Like you
and-
wouldn't want to go to
There'd
like
be
a
so
do-
many swim sessions.
wouldn't you want to? You would never want to go to a training camp for like a week long.
I would.
Okay,
I would love
that's
that.
like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's-
I'm not.
that's
But
when
I'm
you-
not. But I'm not doing professional triathletes.
Okay, but to some extent,
Training
you
plan.
But they're
kind of
playing
would be
training plan,
like
you are.
Where is the easy?
A lot of it is
a lot of
easy.
it. When you do 30
Yeah,
hours, a lot of
they-
it's easy.
Yeah,
I imagine
not
if
at
you do
not
a
at a
morning.
professional level.
sure they do.
Yeah.
This is what I imagine. You do like a morning sesh, right? And then you eat,
Yeah.
maybe take a nap.
Yeah.
Then you do your second workout.
Yeah.
And then maybe you get a massage.
Mhm.
And then
Eat again.
That
you
sounds
take a nap.
amazing.
Right.
And then if you're really stretching, you do an evening session or some mobility. Like
Yeah.
For
Where
many
do I
years,
sign
I
up?
used to go to black belt camp, and that's what we did. We would get up, work out, eat, work out,
Yeah.
hang out, go to sleep.
That's like you brought up Lucy Charles. They train at Club La Santa on Lanzarote.
Uh-huh. I would love to go
Lanzarote.
there.
Yeah, that's like so. There's this
is that really
resort.
hot race?
It is a race
Resorts
there.
and
the-
triathletes,
It's
right?
in the Canary Islands. It's off the
Yeah.
coast of Africa.
There is a race there, but it's a big training resort.
It's a resort that's
For
built.
triathletes.
It's
Yeah.
endurance athletes. They have
Mhm.
a bunch of outdoor pools. They have trails and stuff. The bike course, the bike rides are. You can swim in the ocean. Like it looks like
Amazing.
an
Okay.
awesome place to
Yeah.
go spend a week or whatever, and
Yeah.
just train as much as you can with no other obligations. I think
Mm-hmm.
that would be the cool thing.
That would be cool. Camps would be cool if it said if you could go to a training camp.
Right. And I like, yeah.
Or-
so
or
when I was
go-
reading this, I was like, I thought the same thing you did. And I'm like, well, if I swap training plans with somebody and it has 25 or 30 hours on it, like I can't do anything else. And that's what got my head thinking like, well, that's just like a training camp. Like that's, and I get excited for that. Like when I have breaks from school, like,
Mhm.
February break was great. We had a couple of days off, all of us. And then my kids went back to school for the second half of the week and I had the house to myself. And like, I trained a bunch. Like I had a big, like 15-hour week that week and it was great. So going somewhere warm
Mhm.
would be phenomenal to do that with.
Mm.
Yeah.
So that's where I thought it was a good question. And that's why I left it in there. So James, you had another one?
Yeah, I like this. If triathlons had a theme song for each leg of the race, what songs would you choose and why? I couldn't think of one for the swim though.
the Jaws theme song.
Yeah, right.
Ooh.
That's inspiring.
Dun-dun.
Yep.
Let's call it inspiring.
Motivating.
Yeah.
It's like, I saw how this movie plays out. I'm going to
Yeah.
get out
Just
of this
gotta
water.
outswim that guy
Yeah.
and that guy and that guy.
Under the sea.
That would be funny.
Yeah. Frozen.
Okay. And then how about on the bike?
Well, my answer's written down there.
Yeah, I know. I want you to say it.
The
What's-
Knight Rider theme song. It's like imagine in pursuit.
I love the Knight Rider.
Dun-dun, 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 dun-dun,
Yeah, everybody who's over 40
Dun-dun,
knows that.
dun-dun.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all know it.
dun-dun,
That's how I learned English.
dun-dun,
From the Knight
From
Rider.
Knight Rider?
dun-dun.
From Kid.
Oh, okay, we need to get
Kid.
into that story.
From Kit the car.
There's no story. I would come home from school and watch TV. That's how I learned a lot of my English.
So
Knight
what was-
Rider was on.
Do you remember some
Wait,
of the first
How old,
phrases?
how old were you again?
No, 9.
Did you like learn funny phrases from
No.
shows and then go to school and use them? And the kids
But
are like,
when you're submerged, you don't understand everything.
yeah.
You just watch whatever's on and then you just pick it up.
Did you emulate Michael Knight?
No.
Just is Mike, what's the guy's name?
Michael Knight.
No,
Chris.
like,
No.
David
it wasn't.
Hasselhoff?
David Hasselhoff.
just David Hasselhoff in general. Like every
Leather
Yeah.
jacket.
leather
Yeah.
jacket, music career in Germany.
Nice swap there.
No idea who he was.
But yeah, I can
Just-
imagine that repeating in my head nonstop,
Yeah.
just chasing people down.
Okay, fair. Marilyn, do you have an answer for that one?
I don't have like I didn't
Right.
have
I'll
specific.
just play house music.
Yeah, see, that doesn't do it
Yeah.
for me.
I didn't have like specific like a swimming song. Where's that one? Like for the Run, that song "Run" by One Republic. You guys know that song?
No, sing it.
It's a good song. You know
You're gonna
that
have
song?
to put that in. You're gonna have to
No.
cut there, put
Yeah.
in the song.
I mean, I probably heard it. I
and
just
then
don't
Yeah,
know.
I'm sure you've heard
cut
it.
out.
That's a good one. I don't know.
By One
Some
Republic.
Eminem,
Eminem,
Imagine Dragons.
like lose yourself in the moment.
Mhm.
That one.
Mhm.
That was a
Good
good
one.
one.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
my.
yeah,
that
that's
used to
what
be
I'm
my
picking for the
daughter's.
run.
That used to be my daughter's
That's
hype song
was
for
for my
swim.
bike.
It's a good
That's
one.
a good one. Mm-hmm.
But now she switched it to something else. I forget what it's called.
She just plays the same song over and over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she starts like dancing.
Oh, so cute.
Yeah.
Doesn't she listen?
She used to. It's-
What? We
novelty-
lost a
that
listener?
novelty is
We-
probably
we
worn
lost a
off.
listener?
We'll edit it out.
And James, your run song of choice?
Flock of Seagulls. I ran so
Oh.
far because the answer, they said why? Because the 80s music. That's what I grew up with. Even though I was,
But you're not an 80s kid.
in high school. So I was in high school in the 90s. I was really into 80s music. And
You
so-
must have been cool in high school.
I mean, yeah, really. That's what I just listened to. So it's
Yeah?
just, that's my. I still listen to 80s music to this day.
Wow.
Mm.
Okay. You learn something new every day
Yeah.
about you guys.
Mhm.
That's why you got all these good questions.
But there was like another question. I feel like the beginning of a triathlon, like a theme song to open, like the intro to "Welcome to the Jungle,"
Ooh.
that would
Yeah,
that,
that would
would
be
hype
good.
me up for a swim.
Yeah.
Good one.
That's a good one. Yeah, I'm not a big music guy. I don't have anything I
You
can
don't have a
say.
song.
Yeah,
I don't have
the
a
music
song.
while I train. So, but I'm just imagining if I had to have a theme
Yeah.
song.
You don't? You said?
I do,
No.
but I usually just like put something on Spotify and like let it go.
Hmm.
Like, I don't know. All right. Any other questions that are on here, guys? We're almost an hour and a half in
Already?
already.
Hmm.
Time flies when you're answering goofy questions.
No. I didn't read these other ones. What is the biggest misconception about triathlon training or racing that you'd like to debunk?
Well, they're not all Ironman distances.
I think that's a great one, James. I think that Ironman is not the only kind of triathlon there is.
I think that's the biggest hurdle people have when they consider triathlon or they hear someone does triathlon. Like, oh my gosh, you do Ironman.
Right.
That's
That's what Jerry was saying, right? When he was
Mhm.
on, he was, you hear, I mean, because that's really the only triathlon, at least in the United States. I think short course is more popular in Europe, but in the United States, you know, growing up, you saw that once a year they had the Ironman thing on NBC, and that was the only experience anybody ever had with triathlon, if they had anything. So
I think in reality, if you can run a 5K, you can do triathlon.
Yeah.
It might also depend like where you live, because I feel like around here probably we didn't see it as much as if you live somewhere else like warm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Probably more common.
Right. Yeah, but if you live somewhere warm, they'd have these kind of like little local sprint things going on almost all year. People use them as training if they did longer stuff and whatnot. But I think I totally agree with you, James. I think even if somebody like has ever done a 5K, they could do it. The swim is a big hurdle, you know, if you haven't swam. There's a lot of people out there who don't know how to swim, period. So, but I do think that's a huge misconception, and that's a good one. Any other stuff, guys? I think that's good. I think that's all the questions.
I think we pretty much covered everything.
I think we did cover everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
All the questions.
All the questions. Oh,
They were a lot.
yeah. ChatGPT better get their act together and find us some more questions.
Thank you.
There's one final question I have to answer.
Oh.
Yeah.
What I think the race results will be.
Do you have them written down?
No, I didn't.
Oh, just in your head.
But
Can't show us.
if I had to, let's just make it easier between you three.
Don't tell us.
Oh, don't tell you?
No.
Oh.
That's the whole point. If he's right after the race.
I don't know. I feel like I should plant the seed so
psyched.
then it affects your races.
Yeah, but maybe we'll hear it and just screw them up so that we'll get it
Maybe
wrong.
we'll hear it and then we'll be like, I'm not coming in last.
Well, you tell me. Do you want to hear it or
I don't care.
I
Sure.
have it in
Yeah,
my
go ahead.
head.
This is a good way to finish off. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. No offense to Rich. I'm going to say Rich in third. Now, second and first, this is going to be tough. However,
It's not tough.
Oh, I think it might be.
You got me on 2 out of 3.
this is where
Improve your overall time. PR the best.
my initial is Maryland first, Greg second.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. It's a shorter distance, so even though Greg is stronger on the swim, but then that logic could actually...
He's going to be too far ahead.
Yeah. Let me change that. Greg first. Okay. No, let me just go with my original. Maryland 1, Greg 2, Rich 3.
Fair. Yeah. It's possible. She's going to chase me
Counting
down.
on you.
I am.
Counting on
But-
you. You're in a good spot with your run.
We'll see. It's a hard one. He's going to get out of the water way ahead. Plus, he's very fast on the bike. So,
Yeah, but
It's
it's
gonna be a
not
long
that long of
chase.
a distance. So,
exactly. Less time to make up the
but how
distance.
far ahead can he be? And then you
Pretty
just go
far.
all out on that run, all out.
Full send, right?
Yeah,
Chase him down.
I said full send. We'll see.
The thing is, Greg's been dark on Strava, so I don't know what his run is at all. But Maryland's been strong on her runs.
We'll see.
All right, we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
Mhm.
All right.
but Rich, I might be just saying you third to be the
No, I'm
dark
good.
horse.
No,
He was really strong on the bike on Sunday, I will
I'm
say.
all
Yeah,
good.
could be.
It's all good.
All right, stakes are high.
Stakes are super high. Yeah. Who gets the first round of coffees at Cracker Barrel on the way home?
It's drinks versus oysters.
Oh.
Oh, God.
Wait, so what's it? We have to get that right to not eat oysters?
I guess, and then
No, if you get it right, do we have to eat oysters?
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, then I'm tanking it.
Oh, God.
Done. I'll come in last. That's fine. I'll
That's
take one
true.
for the team.
That is true.
Yeah, we dislike oysters too much.
Especially canned oysters.
From like Wegmans for $2.
Yeah.
Expired.
All right, folks. Thank you very much for listening. This has been a fun one. Hopefully you laughed along with us. And I guess we'll see if people drop their subscriptions. But
What are we going to title it?
ChatGPT gave me a title too.
Oh wow,
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
there you go.
Yeah.
Thorough.
So thanks for listening, everybody. This is another episode of the Quad Pod. We'll catch you next week. All right. Bye, everybody. Thanks, everyone, for listening to the Next Level Quad Pod. We really appreciate you spending time with us and listening to everything that we have to offer. If you like what you heard, please leave us a review and a rating. Those little things go a long way towards us being able to bring you more content like this. If you'd like to learn more about what we have to offer, please go to our website at goteamnltry.com. There, you can find out about all the different things we provide that can help you reach your athletic potential. Thank you again for finding time in your busy schedule to spend some time with the Quad Pod.